BBC Radio Derby with Shane O'Connor.
Also want to hear from you as well how your journey to work is going now. Please, I can't stress this enough, and make sure that if you do contact us, you do it safely, because I don't want to be the result of you having an accident this morning. So if you are on your way to work still, we were hearing about long tailbacks into Burton-on-Trent particularly, but if there's any other areas, then of course the same numbers: 01332 616161, text 07786 21045. Thanks to everybody yesterday who sent in all those wonderful photographs. I'll give you details of where you can see Derbyshire in the snow straight after this.
I'm still here. Ah, there you are. I'm not at my best first thing in the morning. Not until I've had my first cup of tea anyway. I expect you're wondering why I've dragged you around here at this time of day. Remember a few minutes ago when you saw me getting up? Well, although I'm not very good in the morning, unlike a lot of people, we're lucky enough to have a nice comfortable bedroom, a modern toilet, a lovely warm bathroom, and a smashing kitchen like this to have our breakfast in. The reason you're here is that in the next few months you're going to have alterations done to your house to make it every bit as modern and comfortable as this one is. My job is to tell you exactly how it's going to happen and how it's going to affect you, the tenant. But first of all, I'm going to have another cup of tea. Help yourself to one if you want one, and then we'll be off in a few minutes. But keep it quiet, eh? Right, love, won't be late. Love you too. Right then, let's get going. Sorry, I'm not quite with it yet. I haven't even told you who I am. I'm Brian Clifton, and I'm a liaison officer with the Derby Homes Pride programme. In case you don't know, that's a partnership between Bramwell Construction, Derby City Council Commercial Services, Lovell, and Vinshire's Plumbing and Heating, the four contractors who have the job of improving the council's houses. It sounds very grand, but what it actually means is I'm a troubleshooter, albeit a fairly heavy-duty one. On one hand there's the contractors, and on the other hand there's you, the tenant. It's my job to make sure you know what to expect, and that you're put to as little inconvenience as possible while the work's been carried out. If you've got a minute, I'll show you around some of the sites. Hop in, it won't take a mo. I quite like Derby. It's not as big and impersonal as some cities, and the people are friendly, which counts for a lot. You get to meet a lot of nice people in this job, but it's not all sweetness and light. We do get our problems, but we usually get there in the end. I think everybody has the right to a decent home, particularly in this day and age. I don't always see eye to eye with what the government comes up with, but in setting down what makes a decent home and giving councils deadlines for getting everybody's home up to scratch, well, you can't fault that. Between now and 2006, we've nearly 15,000 homes to sort out. So somewhere along the line, you'll be bumping into one of our contractors. They've all appointed liaison officers like me to visit each home before and during the work. At least they're not going at it half-cocked. Derby Homes are investing 115 million into giving people new bathrooms, kitchens, central heating, even roofs if they're needed. One of my most important jobs is making sure that everybody knows how the improvements will affect them. That's why we thought it'd be a good idea if you came along to see for yourself. See that building over there? That's head office. We call that the nerve centre because that's where people get nervous. No, only joking. I've got a desk in there somewhere. So you see, the job does have its perks. Talking of jobs, here we are. Hello John, how's it going?
I'm getting there.
Good, I'm glad somebody is. The good thing is that if you need to get in touch with us or a contractor visits your home, you'll be treated as a customer and not as a problem. I've drilled that into all our contractors. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't have the job. As you can imagine, with nearly 15,000 properties scheduled for improvement, planning is crucial. Once a property has been identified as needing improvement, a detailed programme of work is prepared. Each property is then assigned someone like myself, who goes to discuss it face to face with the tenant, usually about 3 weeks before the work begins. Just take a quick look at this. This is what we call the site office. We try and keep as many materials here as possible until they're needed. That way we stand more chance of keeping your property neat and tidy. It also cuts down on vehicles, so hopefully you'll be able to park on your own drive. We also have canteen facilities here, so you won't feel obliged to make endless cups of tea. Getting the tenants involved is a major part of my job. We don't just turn up and say, these are the improvements we're going to make and this is what you're going to get. It's not like that at all. Depending on the work that's being done, you get to choose kitchen and bathroom styles, wall tiles and the worktops. And if you're not sure, you get to look around a show home like this to give you some ideas. Come and have a look inside, it's really nice. As I said, we usually visit people about 3 weeks before work is due to start. We discuss dates, the programme of work, health and safety issues, and any other questions and concerns you may have. With kitchens and bathrooms, the work usually takes around 3 to 4 weeks, depending on what's involved. Just take a look at this bathroom. Great, isn't it? Really nice and bright. Alright, there may be a bit of disruption while we fit it in, but the result is well worth the inconvenience. Oh, morning. Don't mind us. We'll be off in a minute.
I like these blue ones actually.
Yeah, they're really nice.
What do you think?
I really like those, yeah. So what about the pine ones?
Yeah, they're nice as well. The tiles are nice to go with them.
So what do you think of it then?
Oh, it's wonderful. I couldn't believe it when they said we were going to get proper central heating and a new kitchen. The only thing I am worried about is how we're going to manage while the work's being done.
Don't worry about that. All the contractors know that they have to keep disruption down to a minimum. That even means giving you time to fill a kettle in the morning before the work starts, and at the end of the day, temporarily reconnected so that you can carry on as normal.
Oh, my word, it does sound well organised.
Well, we try to be. But as I said earlier, before the work starts, someone will call round and explain everything in more detail. But we'll have to be off soon, so we'll leave you to look around. But before we go, let's recap on the story so far. A tenant liaison officer will call about 3 weeks before work is due to start to discuss the improvements with you. You get to choose styles of kitchen, bathroom, worktops and wall tiles. Disruption will be kept to a minimum, with things like gas, water and electricity temporarily reconnected at the end of each day. At completion, it's up to you to sign off the work to say you are happy with what's been done.
Well, thanks a lot. It's been lovely talking to you.
No trouble at all. In fact, we have to get a move on to see another property. Hello, Sandra.
Hi.
You're right.
Yeah.
Can we come in and have a look round?
Yeah, sure, come in if you can get in.
We're just coming to see how your new kitchen's getting on.
Oh, not bad at all, actually. And it's not going to just be a new kitchen. Apparently we're getting new windows in the spring. And they've said we might get a new roof before long.
That's good. You see, this lady's done exactly what we asked for. She's removed as many of her personal belongings as possible, and we've provided dust sheets for the things that she can't move. A few weeks ago, a designer came round and helped Sandra choose both her new kitchen and bathroom layout. The designer would have also helped sort out any special requirements, such as a low-access shower or low-level kitchen surfaces. On the agreed date, we removed the old kitchen but made sure she still had some temporary facilities when they were needed over the 3 to 4 weeks it took to complete the work. Once the old kitchen was out, an electrician fitted new sockets before the plasterers came in to make good all the walls. After that, along came the plumber to fit new water and waste pipes. Now we get to the exciting bit of fitting the units, the worktops and reinstalling the appliances. After that, it's just tiling, safety checks and signing it all off. That's if you're happy with the work, of course.
Oh, I'm sure I will be. I'm just really looking forward to seeing it finished.
Seriously though, any problems?
Well, we did have a leak in the bathroom last Thursday, but we called the hotline and they came out and sorted it for us. And the work would have been really good, sweeping up after themselves and making sure the kitchen's okay for me to cook for myself and my husband in the evening.
Good, I'm glad to hear everything's going well. But we're not perfect, you know, we're just trying to do our best. Well, thanks for letting us into your home. We have to dash now because I hear they're putting in a central heating system down the road. But before we do that, let's have another recap. We ask you to remove all personal belongings. The things that can't be moved we'll cover with dust sheets. Before improvements begin, a designer will be available to help you decide on layout, styles and colours. Alternatively, you can pop along to the show house or one of the local exhibitions. Not all work is done at the same time. There may be several days between one set of contractors finishing and others arriving. However, you won't be left without gas, electricity and heating during this period. Major projects, such as heating and kitchens, may be several months apart. So let's move on to our next house. Right, this is Mr. Walters. He's going to be nice and cosy this winter thanks to his new central heating system, which is nearly finished.
Oh, that's right. Especially to get rid of that old boiler.
Well, you can't fault that, can you?
You can't.
Can I go and have a look inside?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, thanks. All right.
All right, thanks.
All right. There you go. Installing central heating can take somewhere between 3 and 5 working days. So you can imagine that it can disrupt the whole house. But don't worry, one of our liaison officers will contact you before the work starts to explain everything. Installation is done in 3 stages. Step 1 involves the removal of the old system and fitting of a new highly efficient gas central heating system. Temporary electrical connections are made to ensure householders have full use of heating and hot water while the rest of the work takes place. Step 2 involves an electrician removing the temporary wiring, then installing the programmer and room thermostat. And if my information is correct, we're at stage 3, which is the final job of making good where the work's been done. As with any work, there's always going to be some disturbance, so we'll make a contribution to help compensate for that. Again, none of the work is considered complete until the tenant signs to say that they're happy with the way that everything has been done. Now, let's have another recap. Installing a heating system usually takes between 3 and 5 working days and is done in 3 stages. It may disrupt the entire house, but again, all utilities are restored at the end of each day. We'll make a small payment to compensate for any disturbance caused by work carried out as part of the Homes Pride programme. After the work has been done, it'll probably be necessary for you to redecorate some areas. In special cases, your liaison officer may be able to arrange this, but please ask for more details. Anyway, thanks for letting us in to look at your home. I'm sure come this winter you'll be as warm as toast.
Yeah, right, thank you. Bye.
Well, that just about covers it. But if you do have any problems, you can always call the hotline on 01332 711 060. Apart from phoning, you can always drop us a line or call in and see us at the local housing offices or the community panel meetings. All right? Oh, just a minute. Oh no, I don't believe it. Are we going out live? Why didn't anybody tell me? Well, it looks like it's time to book some overtime, eh? And do some of that paperwork that's piling up. That might take a couple of years. Anyway, enjoy your new home. Bye for now.
provides a way for issues important to local residents to be tackled by the residents themselves.
I bet there's a cat scheme in your area. So if you've got any problems or something that needs sorting, get down there, because you'll get real results. Oi, stop messing about with that bin.
Kids these days. Speaking of pests, there's more than the two-legged types. If you've suddenly got something nasty at the bottom of the garden, who are you going to call? Bug busters. That's right, the Environmental Health Department. They're there to sort out anything that might be a threat to your health, like rats, mice, ants, cockroaches, wasps, or even bed bugs. One of the most important jobs for the department is checking food hygiene. Whether you're getting your food from a shop, restaurant or takeaway, you need to know that it's safe to eat. After all, food poisoning isn't just unpleasant, it can kill. While the owners of that posh restaurant, or the place you buy your lunchtime sarnies from, wouldn't take kindly to you asking to check out their kitchens, they don't have a choice when the environmental health people call. In fact, they monitor all the food outlets in the area to try to make sure you don't get something you didn't order. Don't forget that environmental health also includes noise control, and it's something that Broxtowe takes very seriously indeed.
The way I go on, you think I really was a councillor. I never realised I knew so much about Broxtowe Borough. Anyway, I got to get back to work. It's been nice chatting to you, but I got around to finish. Speaking of which, it's gone pretty quiet recently. Oi, I better dash. Anyway, if you see a truck, look out and give us a wave, because you never know, it might be us.